Hi, welcome to the Amber Shows. Happy weekend, happy Friday. Hope everybody is having a safe day and you'll have a wonderful weekend. There's a lot of storms going around on the south, and I hope everyone down in Florida and the islands which are surrounding Florida, which is Puerto Rico and the Bahamas, have a safe weekend as well, and hoping that Hurricane Erica will keep it moving and not cause any serious damage or killing to anyone. We've had the 10-year anniversary of Katrina, which they've been showing different videos, and it was really sad just to see it again and to see how we just didn't get any help. There was very little help given to us as black people. They were just piled into the arena, and people were hanging on for their lives in boats with signs. It was really a tragic thing. Even to this day, and that's my mother's birthplace, New Orleans, and even to this day, it has not been brought back how it should have been. There are still so many people displaced all through not only New Orleans, but Mississippi as well. So I do hope that things are better for the majority of people, and I hope that those people who are still struggling get some type of help. As everybody knows, unless you're living up underneath the rock, you know about Allison Parker and Adam Ward. They were fatally shot on live television, along with Vicki Gordon. She was being interviewed at the time, and this is for WDBJ Channel 7 in Virginia, Roanoke. Bryce Williams was his television name. He was a disgruntled employee who worked at WDBJ at one time, and he walked up on Allison Parker and Adam Ward, who was her cameraman, and killed them both. And again, Vicki Gardner, who was being interviewed, she works in politics there in Roanoke. She is going to be okay, but she was shot as well. That was a sad thing what happened. You know what happens is too, though, and he actually, his real name is Vester Flanagan, and he used his television name when he was a news broadcaster was Bryce Williams, but his actual name was Vester Flanagan. What's happening is he left a suicide note. He killed himself as well, and he left a suicide note, 23-page suicide note that he faxed over to the station, and said exactly that he was a time bomb. You know, you can't play with people's emotions. When you play with people's emotions over and over again, things boil up and they don't release it, then they end up, this is what happens. They call it going postal. If you remember, people in the post office, employees were always shooting up people in the post office. People get very emotional, and these are the kind of things that happen. His emotions ran very high. He explained that he was gay. He had been bullied about his gayness. He had been bullied because of the color of his skin, because he was a black man at that station. He said that actually that Allison Parker had called him a racial name, and when he complained about her, he ended up getting fired from the station. And this was 2 years ago when he got fired. And you see, it took 2 years for him to actually come and actually take these people's lives. He also said that her cameraman, Adam Ward, had went and complained about him at HR. So this is something that was methodical. He actually thought about it and came back and took their lives. And they were both very young and aspiring journalists and cameramen. So, you know, you have to be careful how you treat people. It's really important, because if you don't treat people correctly and you do them dirty, that you never know what's going to happen, and that you have to watch it back. Eventually, you know, it'll come back on you. So it's better to get, to be nicer to people or walk away from people, but to make them feel bad about themselves is something that actually boils inside. He also left a note stating that from the time the people that were killed in South Carolina in the church, that kind of like took him over the brink. Because he was thinking of racism, because he felt that he had been fired and from the station and because of racism. And when he filed a grievance for racism, it was dismissed. So it was all these different things boiling up inside him. So he took the way out where he didn't have to be prosecuted at all. He persecuted and prosecuted himself all at once. I wanted to talk about the Dust Lady. She was from the 911 when the World Trade Center went down. Her name was Mary Borden. She actually died this past week as well. If you would have seen her on television, she worked at the World Trade Center during 911. She worked for the Bank of America. She was on the 81st floor. She went down all the steps herself, and by the time she got down, as soon as she got outside, that's when the whole building imploded. So all that dust from bodies and from materials and all types of things that were in that building was all over her, that came in dust form, and she ended up getting stomach cancer. So she just died this week. Many people, the first responders, and many people who were directly inhaling all of the poisons and the toxins that they inhaled and ingested have since died as well, with lung cancer, bronchitis problems, mental problems, and this lady died of stomach cancer. Very sad, because she had went through all that and then ended up dying. Also, the coverage for the people who have gotten sick from 911 is almost up, which the insurance coverage, the medical coverage, that's crazy. Over the weekend, also last weekend, the Sisters of the Reading Edge Book Club were kicked off of a Napa Valley wine train. They were happy and excited. They were going to Napa Valley, where you test different wines and have a good time and enjoy the day and how the wines are made, and you see all the grapes. And it was 10 black women and 1 white woman, and they were all kicked off. They have since, they were kicked off because people on the train were complaining about them. I don't know what color the other people were, but they got complaints, and they were really these are older ladies. These are not like just young kids. And anyway, the Napa Valley train has come back to them and decided that they would give them free trips and apologized for what happened. But I see lawsuits, because if I was on that train, it would definitely be a lawsuit. Barbara Bush, the ex-president George Bush Sr.'s wife, she actually called the White House and asked could they babysit him, George Bush Sr., for 4 hours. That she had to go out, and that he's suffering with Alzheimer's, and she said that she didn't have anybody to watch him, and she actually had him sent him to the White House, and she said that he'll just wander around. Don't worry about him. Put him in an area where it's safe for him to be, and give him some Fig Newtons, and he'll be okay. So that was kind of strange. Sounds like Barbara Bush might have a little bit of Alzheimer's herself with that request, but they made it happen. Also, what's going on, of course, you know about Donald Trump. He's still ahead, but soon we'll find out who actually will be running, and I believe that it's going to be between Hillary Clinton and Jeb Bush in the end, but hopefully Joe Biden, I wish he would step in so that I could be voting and working for him. All right, you guys, I hope you have a wonderful and safe weekend. Kind of gave you all news. I haven't been on for the last couple of days, but I am back, and I'm still here, not going anywhere, just been busy. I hope you guys have a wonderful, glorious weekend, and I'll see you again on Monday. So thank you for coming to the Amber Shows. and have a wonderful weekend.